Mine began with a toe tremor, the rhythmic twitching of my left big toe. This adventure, this journey, this nightmare. It is so very public, yet not understood. It has brought much joy and a public airing of pain. You're constantly moving, rarely at rest, thus you want to sit still, quiet, in the shadows. You want to hide. You stutter, you slur your speech. What? Are you drunk? You want to hide. You want to run away. It is embarrassing. It is anxiety. It is depression. It's Rizagiline and Mirapex. It's DBS and Duodopa. It's levodopa. It's orthostatic hypotension, dizziness. It's constant movement, shakiness, tremors, dyskinesias. It is so very hard. We call it Parkinson's. Mine began in August of 2010. I was sitting in my kitchen reading the Saturday morning paper when a new thought, the first realization that my left big toe was twitching. We call it Parkinson's. It is a progressive neurodegenerative disease that results in the decreased production of dopamine in the substantia nigra portion of the brain. The nurse in me can quote with ease the Kolb theorem. It is a nerve disease of the brain. It will get worse with time, guaranteed. It results in the inability to create a chemical called dopamine. I need that chemical. I need it so that my body will move correctly. How you doing? I'm great. Can't stop moving. Can't lift my left foot. You look really good. I'm good. Spent the morning crying. Couldn't get out of bed. Didn't want to come to work. The Amazing Race Canada. A reality television show, season number 1. 10,000 teams vying to be one of 9 selected. Why in the world would they choose me? Well, she said, the love of my life, the mother of my children, and this amazing race fanatic said, they love parent-child teams. They will love that you are both named Tim, and I guarantee you, she says, you will get an interview. They will love your Parkinson's. Well, she was right, as usual. We did, my son and I, indeed get the interview and ultimately the casting call. We made it on The Amazing Race Canada because of our singular name, the Tims, and this thing called Parkinson's. We had the opportunity to run the length and the breadth of this magnificent nation, from Kelowna to Cape Spear, Newfoundland, from Iqaluit to Regina, Saskatchewan. We came away with the win of $500,000 in cash and prizes and the championship of season number 1 of The Amazing Race Canada. So now tell me, how do you bring these two worlds together? This oil and water, a nightmarish diagnosis that has gotten you onto Canada's most successful reality show. How do you relate to a new best friend whom you hate? This new friend called Parkinson's that has brought so much good into your world and yet holds every probability of wrecking your life. Well, you start by introducing your friend Parkinson's to your friend Perseverance. Two friends whom you hold close while hating the one and holding little love for the other. Yet you will hold to both because in one instance you have no choice, and in the other, survival will only be had if you do. Perseverance. To carry on in a course of action, even in the face of difficulty, with little or no evidence of success. To persevere. The race has taught me what it means to persevere. For you see, throughout the course of the race, the Tims were chronically lost. Yet we somehow survived through leg 8. Leg 9 began with a foot race from a ferry to 3 waiting vehicles. Each vehicle would carry 1 team, save the last, which would carry 2. Each vehicle would depart 15 minutes apart, giving the lead vehicle a 30-minute head start over the last. We wanted vehicle number 1. It was ours. We knew we could beat the other teams in a foot race, no problem. Thus, ladies and gentlemen, that day in Newfoundland, 4 teams came barreling off a ferry and reached the terminal entrance doors all at the same time. Pushing and shoving, we fight to get through. Once inside, the terminal building's under construction. On the right, a single man door. Another fight to get through ensues. A quick glance to the left, and another set of doors. Now, I had seen the vehicles. They are directly out that door and to the right. I do the math. Through the doors, hard right, across the parking lot. It's slightly further, but I'm much faster. I can do it. My head swivels right to left. As my gaze sweeps right to left, and my body tilts into full swing for the doors, I notice a look on the terminal guard's face. It's a look of concern. And is she saying, "No"? I bolt for the door, through 2 sets of glass, hard right, lean full into a sprint for the vehicles. There they are. No. Behind a 7-foot-tall, barbed wire-topped fence. Genius turns to stupid. And I am lost again. I turn and run back through the terminal, jog quickly towards the vehicles. There's no hurry. I'm last. Tim Jr. is completely perplexed. Where did you go? I explain. He's angry. We speak little the rest of the day. If you followed our race, you will know that this is merely one of many moments where the Tims made their way towards a championship while never showing any evidence of success. Rarely was it pretty, but day after day, we chose to persevere. We chose to carry on in our course of action, even in the face of difficulty, even when there was little evidence of success. We had also committed to one another. You see, there was going to be no airing of dirty laundry on camera. We would take care of our stuff in private and move forward from there. We would move forward as a community of 2. It was father and son against the world. And you see, my journey with Parkinson's is no different. Your journey is no different. We need community. We cannot live successfully in isolation. We need our people, we need our community if we're going to live our best. Men are generally diagnosed with Parkinson's at a rate of 2 to 1 versus women. It is typically an older gentleman's disease. Typically, people with Parkinson's are retired. It is your grandfather's disease. They are retired, they have seen their children grow, and they have achieved their freedom 55. You, on the other hand, are left wondering if you're going to be able to pay the mortgage. Parkinson's is most often, can be, quite embarrassing. We are from time to time confused for being drunk. We stutter, we slur our speech, we even drool. We stumble, have difficulty moving our limbs in a coordinated fashion. We are slow, and we fall. Parkinson's is generally understood in terms of the shaking, the tremor that you see. Rarely is it understood that even in young onset, there can be significant cognitive and emotional difficulties. It can be difficult to remember things, like long speeches. There can be obsessive compulsive behaviors. There is depression. Add to this the cumulative effect that it has on spouses, children, careers, and is it any wonder that we want to hide? Yet we shouldn't. We can't. We need community, and then we need together to remember. Almost 2 years has slipped by since the race, and I from time to time look back and ask myself, how in the world did we do it? And I am reminded that together we chose to persevere. I am reminded that there are so many opportunities for us to simply give up, for us to give in and listen to the voices that said, you are never going to make it, you are never going to overcome, you're never going to make this. Yet in reality, those voices were not true. We indeed did make it. We did overcome. We had not lost too much ground. And it is from this place that I want to encourage you that in whatever struggle you are facing, to find your community, to have the will to persevere, and then to remember. Remember the Tims, who, in the face of difficulty, chose to persevere. Even when there was no evidence of success, we persevered. And that perseverance took us further than anyone imagined. And I guarantee you, you will be amazed at how far it will take you. Because you can do more than you think you can. And your race, as well, can be won. Thank you.